Welcome back to another stream of Assassin's Creed 1 with our no HUD challenge. Playing without any fast travel, any minimap, anything else kind of like the game usually puts on to help us. And yeah, today we're gonna be diving back into Memory Block 5 with the final assassination for going for Roberto SABLE, the last of the 9 conspirators of the Treasure of Eden. And yeah, we're really gonna diving into the ending stages of the game here. The aim is to potentially get to the credits today. And yeah, I think we're going to go to Acre next, with Damascus and Jerusalem done. Having gotten rid of both the scribe and... what's the other guy? Was it the executioner? I think it was.
You can create diversions with dead bodies.
Alright, let's begin our journey to Acre. Hey there, Harbinger. Welcome in.
I do not ask for much. A bit of coin, that's all.
I miss that. Gonna miss it too once you finish AC1, which might happen today actually. Depends how fast I progress with the no HUD challenge and the investigations. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy kind of like Night City and the whole presentation. Definitely say though that I felt quite overwhelmed with a lot of the mechanics, you know, and like everything that's going on, because I know next to nothing about the whole universe. Definitely felt it was similar to Witcher 3, you know, where the introduction is like a bit rougher on the edges maybe. I think the more time I'm gonna spend with the game, the more I'm gonna enjoy it. It's my feeling. Narratively and writing wise, I think it's certainly interesting thematic wise. But I have to kind of like definitely spend more time with it to really like feel more of a connection to it, I guess. But overall, definitely looking forward to play more of it.
What is he doing?
I have to say, one thing I thought could have been done different in terms of like player engagement was kind of like the whole introduction / tutorial. Because essentially you start like your first job right as a mercenary, and then they just skip that, show like a cutscene of like a montage. It's kind of like similar to a training montage. Showing like, you know, how you kind of like make your way as a mercenary and become quite good. But you do none of that really like gameplay wise until you get to a tutorial part, which I guess is skippable, but I did do it. And then they kind of like show you the ropes like of how everything works from stealth to combat in like kind of like generic tutorials, you know. And I feel like that was honestly a bit of a missed opportunity, because they could have just made those scenes we've seen as like actual gameplay as part of a tutorial, you know, or at least one of them. So that's something like in retrospective I thought I would have liked different, to be honest. But everything else I quite enjoyed. Also getting into our first major shootout. Even though it was quite intense and I wasn't really prepared, but we did make it through it and survived, so happy with that. But I guess so far I guess you could say it's like mixed feelings. I think the highlight for me was definitely the setting and the music so far.
Use free running to escape from a fight.
He better not cause any trouble.
So how was it for you, Harbinger, when you started Cyberpunk? What did you think of the game after like your first couple of hours? I think it's kind of cool that you can technically stealth your way through the kingdom. Makes the journey quite a bit longer, so it's not very time efficient, but you can do it. You felt lost during your entire playthrough, but the second was much better. You knew what to do from the start. I gotcha. So during your entire first playthrough, fair enough. I thought it would get better after like a couple hours, you know. Good to know. Okay, let's run. Assassin. So this is actually the second last target before Roberta SABLE. So yeah, we're currently on target number 8. Then we have Roberta SABLE being 9. And yeah, that of course is kind of like split into two, right? You have a whole investigation process, and then you still gotta ride to Arsuf. So the whole Roberta SABLE one is a bit longer. And yeah, then of course going back to Masyaf. I think it's doable to finish it today. I've kind of like took between 1 to 1.5 hours per assassination.
To deal with distant enemies.
It's gonna take a bit more time in this ending stage because the city's gonna be much more open, which means there's like a bigger chance of like going into district we might not wanna be for investigations. It's a possibility that we're gonna start AC2 today, but I definitely don't wanna rush through this game either. So I anticipate it's gonna take us probably 5 hours total, if not longer. That point would be like 4 PM. That point probably wouldn't start AC2 anymore. If I finish this game by 3, then I might.
How did you do that?
I want to have at least like a good 2 hours for AC2. Otherwise I'm not gonna be starting the playthrough. And at least like get through the introduction or like a good chunk of it.
You've no reason to be here.
Press squeeze and patchy. Indeed, Seraph, indeed. Welcome in.
I'll have your hands for that.
Oh my.
I'm never gonna forget that. But Astral just as a game in general, I'm never gonna forget. It was honestly one of the funniest games I've ever played. Right up my alley when it comes to like humor.
Strange man. Please, someone do something.
And there's the brew. Thank you for the lurk, Seraph.
Greetings, Altair. What news?
MUALIM has named another. Calls himself SIBRAND.
I am familiar with the man. Newly appointed leader of the Knights Teutonic, he resides in the Venetian Quarter and runs ACRE'S port.
I'll start my work at once.
Here are the places where you should focus your search. On the docks east of here, among the ships and their crews. At the chapel to the northeast, near the cross overlooking the port. And to the north, in front of St. John's Gate.
This is most helpful. My thanks for the guidance.
Altair,
Yes, RAFIQ.
I owe you an apology.
For what?
For doubting your dedication to our cause.
No, it was I who erred. I believed myself above the creed. You owe me nothing.
As you wish, my friend. Go in safety.
Yeah, definitely. It feels quite similar, you know, the whole way they kind of like went about performing the assassinations. Definitely liked the whole kind of like part about having the investigation map, you know, like working on one individual case after the other. And also like bringing back things like pickpocketing, right, and like also eavesdropping and stuff. It was like a nice throwback. The only thing I wish they'd done it like AC1 narratively though, where every assassination kind of like pushes the plot forward, right? Like every assassination leads to another conversation with MUALIM, and that in turn kind of like advances the character relations to each other. Like also between the RAFIQs and Altair, but also between MUALIM and Altair. And I think that was kind of like missing with Mirage, narratively speaking. Because you could kind of like choose in what order you want to do the assassinations. Now here you also have a choice, but it's kind of like more in like a batch of memories, right? Like they're kind of like split on 6 different memory blocks. Assassinations on like 4 total, I guess. And yeah, I think that kind of like meant that they couldn't really advance Basim's story in a way where another kind of like storyline would have kind of like interfered with it. And I think that's honestly one of my biggest issues with Mirage, narratively speaking. They give you the choice, you know, because it doesn't make the story linear. And in turn, you can't really advance Basim's character progression until like super late into the game. Yeah, right, like I was thinking the same with like how much screen time MUALIM has in this game. Would have been good to at least like match that, you know. Yeah, I think we have to go over there, maybe? Looking for the water side.
This'll teach you nothing. You've no reason to be here. Leave now.
Initially, I actually like the idea of like choosing what assassination you want to go for first, because it gives you some sort of like freedom. But in retrospect, I have to say it wasn't a good decision for the writing. Because I couldn't really write it in a way where meaningful transitions happen without like mentioning them in the next storyline. But I feel like that's also my issue with like the whole Roshan conflict in Mirage. Because for me it comes kind of like out of nowhere a little bit, you know. You just have this like one conflict scene where Basim is essentially being an arrogant prick about how he must be the one to kill the last Order member. And it just totally escalates from there.
You have no business here. Leave. Someone send for help!
That's safe.
What a bargain, fine young man. Come, come.
Come, come. Another thing I really expected with Mirage, like narratively speaking, was just to see much more of like Loki and Basim, you know, like the connection between his memories and Basim's memories. Like making it all run via Nihao, like while they share like a bond. I think it just wasn't the same because Nihao is still like a totally different character to Loki and doesn't resemble Loki's memories whatsoever, you know. Like one of the biggest motivators for Loki was his children and losing his children like Fenrir. That's why the bonfire scene is so important in Valhalla, you know, because it really showcases kind of like why Basim was in so much pain. We talk none about that. There's like no kind of like resemblance of Basim's life with Loki's life. That could have also like made Basim do something that reminded Loki, or Loki's part of Basim, of what he lost. Just runs via Nihao and then all of a sudden she's like disappearing and it was all a mirage. Honestly, I really hated that plot point. I didn't like how they used Nihad's character in that regard.
Upon his people, we came in peace to the Holy Land to spread the message of our Lord, but they turned away. You need something? They refused. Diebstahl wird mit dem Tode bestraft. Maudit voleur! Je te ferai trancher la main!
Okay, where is the harbor? Just follow the coastline. I'm gonna come across it eventually.
The family's sick and dying. Could you spare a few coins?
Come on! Come on!
No, you don't understand. I'm poor, sir. I need the money. A few coins, all I ask for is a few coins. But I need money, sir. I'm poor, I'm sick and hungry.
Okay, that looks better.
You really surprised me there. Is that anything?
Il est devenu fou.
Yeah, we are in the right district. The Teutonic one.
Stop. You must not trespass here.
Please, sir, have any money? The family's sick and dying. Could you spare a few coins? No, please don't be like this. Just a few coins, please.
Shot it does. Come see me. 5 merchandise. You there.
Il est devenu fou. Such a strange man. A shame to think he would be. No, there's more, much more.
There's gonna be lots of angry guys here, and drunken ones and crazy guys. It's not the best playground to social stuff.
Prévenez-moi si vous l'avez
And they're also highly on alert here, so doing high profile actions will result in detection.
Il va droit dans une impasse. Il n'est pas là. Frappez-le. Je vais lui trancher la tête.
Okay, there's an interrogation opportunity, I think.
All ships must now be turned over. Order. Complaints and concerns must be presented to the guild representative at the court of the chain. Failure to comply will result in imprisonment. As decreed, all ships must now be turned over to the Teutonic Order. Complaints and concerns must be presented to the guild representative at the court of the chain. Failure to comply will result in imprisonment.
Gotta find another way up here.
Je te ferai trancher la main.
Diebstahl wird mit dem Tod erwischt. What you need, I'm sure. Only take a look. See if I'm not right.
And I shame I can't climb up there on this side. I gotta run all the way around.
Liebe gehören gehängt.
Tu as un problème?
Ist ein toter Mann, wenn sich erneut hier zeigt.
Je connais ton visage. Tu ne m'échapperas pas. Tu finiras bien par te montrer. J'en suis sûr. Something caught your eye?
Decreed, all ships must now be turned over to the Teutonic Order. Complaints and concerns must be presented to the guild representative.
No, I beg a little money. I beg of you. The family's sick.
Yeah, this district has got to be one of the most annoying ones in the whole of AC1.
Have any money?
Given how many beggars, guys carrying something, drunken sailors, etc. are here.
Please, don't leave like
Must be
this. Just a
presented
few
to the court
coins,
of the
please.
chain by midday tomorrow. No exceptions, no delays.
Please, can't you
All
spare
dock
some?
vessels must be cleared of crew and cargo. Captains are to present themselves to a representative from the Teutonic Order for reassignment. Any attempt to maintain possession of a claimed vessel will be punished severely.
Please, sir, have any money?
can't attack him right in front of the guards here. Jesus Christ. On my way.
So hungry, just a little money, I beg of you.
Where'd he go? There he is. I think this might be a good point.
You shouldn't have done that. Good Lord, don't make me laugh. Never mind, seems like influence. This is too easy. I'm supposed to be. This is too Good Lord. I could have killed you. I'm supposed to be afraid of you. Don't make me laugh. It's not my fault. I'm only following orders. If you want your ship back, speak with the court.
Citizen. That's not what I'm after.
Then what?
SIBRAND's claimed near 100 ships. For what purpose?
A blockade. They're to sail for open water and establish a perimeter.
For what? Does Salah ad-Din intend to strike from sea?
No, it's not he we defend against, but ships from home. To deny Richard more troops.
Why would one of Richard's own want to see him weakened in this way?
I don't know. Ask SIBRAND. They're his orders. I'm just meant to carry them out. Now, please, let me go. I've told you all I know.
I'm sorry. I cannot risk you telling him I'm here.
Hey there, Afro. SIBRAND plans to install a naval blockade, preventing King Richard, his own king, from receiving reinforcements in the war against the Saracens. What would motivate SIBRAND to such treason? Yeah, we could also look of the chapel. That's supposed to be another location.
What is it that you want?
Having investigations.
What have I done wrong? Tell me, please. That hurts. Stop it, please. I beg of you, sir. I beg
Why
of
would
you.
anyone
Just a
want to
few
do that?
coins, please. Please, sir, have any money? No, you don't understand. I'm poor, sir. I need the money.
I need help, please, anyone.
Tu n'as rien à faire ici. Fiche-moi le camp. Tu n'as rien d'un moine.
Don't hurt me, please.
Tu n'as rien d'un moine.
I need food. I'm so hungry. Just a little money, I beg of you. No, please, don't leave like this. Just a few coins,
I
please.
mean, this chapel doesn't have any investigation as far as I can see. Maybe in its vicinity.
Maudit vieillard.
Help, please, anyone.
I need money.
Please,
Family's sick and
please,
dying.
upon his people. We came in peace to the Holy Land to spread the message of our Lord, but they turned away. They refused
Please,
to
sir, have
accept
any
him
money?
as their
I need
savior.
food. I'm so
These
hungry.
men
Just a little
hold
money, I beg of
evil
you.
in their hearts. And so blessed Richard, King
A few
and
coins.
Savior,
All I asked for was but a few coins.
Lavego! Die! He's
Please
gonna hurt
help me.
himself. And when
Anyone.
he dies, I will take him.
This'll teach you nothing.
Please, someone do something.
Bonheur, tu paieras cher pour tes crimes.
Please help me. Anyone.
Je te ferai trancher la main. Bonheur. Leave, peasant.
It's kind of funny how we even heard the thrower sound there. But he didn't actually throw it. Are these two guys maybe? Ah, they're just regular guards.
Help! Anyone, please help me!
You dirty thief! I'll have your hands for that.
Help me! Someone.
That's what happens. You can't just do that.
Sorry guys, give me just one sec. Okay, I'm back.
Why are you doing this? What have I done?
Maudit bonheur.
Qu'est-ce que tu veux?
Je te ferai trancher la main.
I like how I was feared and all of a sudden ready to fight. Ability teleport.
Oh, fortune favors me today. God only knows what foul deeds those men intended to commit. Good of you to arrive when you did, stranger. I'll see to it that my husband hears of your bravery. Ooh, what's that? I wonder what's happened here.
An assassin!
You just killed that person. God, come murderer! God!
Oh, pickpocket. Nice.
See what I can offer. You like what you see, do you?
You tell him I said no. I won't have you damn soldiers poking about in my business.
Listen here, old man.
No, you listen to me. This is my property, not his. I don't care if Christ himself put the man in charge.
He isn't asking. It's in order.
That's rich. The man couldn't order his way out of a burlap sack. I've seen the mess he's made of the docks. I won't let him ruin mine.
Just read the letter. You'll see his terms are quite generous.
I grow tired of this. Look, I'll consider what he has to offer, but I doubt it'll change my mind. Now go on, get out of here.
I have to be careful with these drunken guys. Provide letter stating SIBRAND has no guards on the northern docks. Occupant of the northern docks. This will serve as a final warning. Under order of the king, the Teutonic knights have been given jurisdiction over ACRE'S port and all immediate surroundings. All immediate surroundings, you have refused to relinquish the northern docks, denying access to my men time and time again. Such disobedience will not be tolerated. Accept the coin that's been offered to you in compensation and be on your way. Refuse and you will leave us no choice but to seize your property and bring charges for conspiring against the king. Such a crime is punishable by death. When next we come, there will be no letters, only irons. Yeah, they are definitely looking for me here. Can't even pull regularly. Cool. I think they might have meant this chapel. That's delivering a letter mission.
This place is restricted. Be gone.
Which can be really tricky without a mini-map, because you don't really know where you have to go. That even is the one that I'm thinking about.
You! Yes, you! I recognize those robes. Stay your blade, I mean you no harm. It's your help I need. I've crossed a man, and now he seeks my life. The details are unimportant, just know that he deserved it. See me safely to the city gates, and I'll make it worth your while.
Oh, never mind. It's a escort mission. That's cool. Of course, they are much easier to do with an HUD. Just gotta follow the dude.
Heathen, you'll pay dearly. Death to the kill someone. This will be too hard. If you do, you won't get away from me. You will be, I yield.
Run. Run for your life.
All right then. Where are you? Everyone, get away with it. Who's done this? Tell me.
This is an ill omen.
heathen! This is where you die! Mercy, I beg of you! Who's done this? Tell me!
Oh, and an eavesdrop.
No, you don't understand.
Even more information.
Sir, I need the money. But I need money, sir. I'm poor, I'm sick and hungry. No,
Yeah,
please,
I know.
Just a few coins, just a few coins, please.
Jesus Christ.
Could you spare a few coins? Please, sir, have any money? I beg of you, sir, I beg of you.
Excellent. I should be safe now. Ah, yes, the reward I promised. Here you are. This map has served me well in the past. Hopefully, it will do the same for you.
Quad map detailing the position of SIBRAND's guards. Yes, we could take the middle path there, but I'm gonna take the northern docks way, I think.
Come on! I'll your noise here, tight.
I need money, sir. I'm poor, I'm sick and hungry.
It's getting worse.
His paranoia knows no bounds.
He's doubled our shifts. No one sleeps.
Wasn't so bad till he decided to make the port his home.
He's planning something at sea. That's why he came here.
Planning what?
What's the meaning of this? The two of you off in a corner, whispering, plotting?
Nothing of the sort. We were only...
Only what? What secrets are you keeping?
You misunderstand.
Damned assassins, they're probably here right now, watching us. Do you find this amusing? Do you? Pull off while you can. Double the patrols.
Which ones?
All of them!
But we don't have the men.
Find them! Recall our knights from the field if you must.
Why is there like an NPC woman just like spawning all the time? I like how it's kind of ironic, you know, everyone thinks he's insane, but he's actually right. Like, we are there, listening, and I guess in a way laughing at how paranoid he is. His fear of the assassins has him cowering deep within the docks. Reaching him may be simple, finding him may not. Right, but this is 4 investigations done, which means 1 more than we need for starting the assassination. So gonna go back to the bureau, and when it's time to take down our next target.
What got him in such a hurry?
It's forbidden for you to be here. You have no business here. Leave. I'll cut you down! You can't run forever! Where are you? There! He's there! Found him! I'll get you! I'll find you! I swear I will.
He's going to hurt himself, and when he does, I will help.
Be gone.
Why are you doing this? What have I done?
You'll not find better ideas elsewhere.
Today only, I've decided to reduce prices on...
Okay, now to find the burrow. And always a bit trickier to find it in Akka because of how colorless or unsaturated, I guess, the places. Which means the kind of like greenish looking roof isn't really standing out quite as much.
Dirty thief! I'll have your hands for that!
Please, someone do something!
Dirty thief! I'll have your hands for that! Die, thief!
Yeah, there is the filter which kind of like resembles the Akka filter here actually, or Mirage. I think it's in the screen settings. Ah, there's the bro, nice. But in the screen settings you can see it as like a nostalgic filter, I think is what it's called. I didn't really like it too much because it did actually mess a bit with kind of like the colors of certain objects as marked in Eagle Vision too much, which for me made it a bit difficult to distinguish between like, for example, things marked in white and the filter itself. And I also think it's not super fitting for Damascus either. I think like for Baghdad, I think the Damascus filter being like more of a kind of like warmer filter would have worked better. Because Damascus is kind of like the city most closely to AC1, to Baghdad as well. So I feel like using filter of Akka wasn't really fitting for Baghdad that much. Akka being also like more of a Christian dominated city as well. But I get that this filter is kind of like the most iconic one for AC1 probably because a lot of the wallpapers and concept art has also been done in like the white and blue anime style filter, I guess.
Greetings, brother. How fares your search?
I've learned all there is to know about my target.
Share your knowledge with me then.
SIBRAND is said to be consumed by fear, driven mad by the knowledge that his death approaches. He has sealed the docks district, and now hides within waiting for his ship to arrive.
This will make things dangerous. I wonder how it is he learned of your mission.
The men I've killed, they are all connected. MUALIM warned me that word of my deeds has spread among them.
Be on your guard, Altair.
Of course, RAFIQ. But I think it will be to my advantage. Fear will weaken him.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
SIBRAND now hides within Akka's port, made mad with fear. He knows the assassins have come for him. He believes retreating to his vessel will keep him safe. But all he's done is ensure I know exactly where to find him. This is, I think, one of the most hated kind of like assassinations for lots of people. Because the water is kind of like messing with a lot of the success in that mission, I guess, because it's very easy to fall into water if you don't save yourself. And ID, of course, can't swim. So, yeah. It isn't like ideal, yes.
You're not supposed to be here. Leave.
Now, wouldn't it be funny if he hurt himself?
Now we just gotta find where assassination starts. Ah ja, it's over there.
Do I look like a merchant? No. So go away. Let me show you.
You are mistaken, Master SIBRAND. I would never propose violence against any man, and most certainly not against you.
So you say, and yet no one here will vouch for you. What am I to make of this?
I live a simple life, my lord, as do all men of the cloth. It is not for us to call attention to ourselves.
Perhaps. Or perhaps they do not know you because you are not a man of God, but an assassin!
Never!
You wear the same robes.
If they cover themselves as we do, it is only to instill uncertainty and fear. You must not give in.
Are you calling me a coward? Challenging my authority? Are you perhaps hoping to turn my own knights against me?
No. I don't understand why you're doing this to me. I've done nothing wrong.
I don't recall accusing you of any wrongdoing, which makes your outburst rather odd. Is it the presence of guilt that compels a confession?
But I confess nothing.
Ah, defiant to the very end.
What do you mean?
William and Garnier were too confident, and they paid for this with their lives. I won't make the same mistake. If you truly are a man of God, then surely the Creator will provide for you. Let him stay my hand.
You've gone mad. Will none of you come forward to stop this? He is clearly poisoned by his own fear, compelled to see enemies where none exist.
Seems the people share my concern. What I do for ACRE! Stay vigilant, men. Report any suspicious activity to the guard. I doubt we've seen the last of these assassins. Persistent bastards. Now get back to work.
Sure you're not gonna stand out now? Hey Levantine, hello there. Thank you for the good luck. You're gonna be playing through all of the games with a no HUD challenge. No fast traveling either. And technically I also can't look at the map. However, I can stack up map looks per hour, but so far I hadn't had to use one yet.
no reason to be here. Leave now.
Jesus out here. Just didn't want to go on the edge of her boat there. Yeah, almost died there. If I didn't use the catch ledge ability. Classic in this mission. Birds in Origins Odyssey, etc. helpful. Not saying you should not use them. Yeah, they definitely do help, and I'm definitely gonna use them, like, because canonically, I guess it does make sense, and anything that helps me, especially in those huge open worlds, is, you know, a big help for sure. Just anything that is kind of like not really part of the gameplay, but rather information on the screen, I would just disable, you know. I still can use all the skills and stuff. Indeed, 19. They can do so many things, but they can't swim for God's sake. Of a workout here. Yeah, Valhalla would be insane. But it's definitely gonna help really finding the areas I have to look for.
Fine! None of you will lift a hand in defense of your master! I'll take care of this heathen knight!
Don't do this. You are afraid.
Of course I am afraid.
But you'll be safe now, held in the arms of your god.
Have my brothers taught you nothing? I know what waits for me. For all of us.
If not your god, then what?
Nothing. Nothing waits. And that is what I fear.
You don't believe.
How could I, given what I know? What I've seen? Our treasure was the proof.
Proof of what?
That this life is all we have.
Linger a while longer then, and tell me of the part you were to play.
A blockade by sea. To keep the fool kings and queens from sending reinforcements. Once we...
Conquered the Holy Land?
Freed it, you fool. From the tyranny of faith.
Freedom? You worked to overthrow cities, control men's minds, murdered any who spoke against you.
I followed my orders, believing in my cause. Same as you.
Since I don't really want to die to water here, I'm just gonna go and run out in conflict.
Un assassin! Il ne doit pas s'échapper!
Einmal schon habt ihr ihn verloren. Lasst ihn nicht noch einmal entfliehen. Los, jemand an ihnen! Assassin! Einer nach ihnen!
Okay, now to find the arrow again. There it is. Oh, hey there.
Altair, you've caused quite a stir.
I've done as requested. SIBRAND's life is ended.
So it is. So it is. You should ride for Masyaf and inform Al-MUALIM of your success.
Yes. I should return and speak to him. Of this and other things.
Is everything all right, my friend? You seem distant.
It's nothing, Rafiq. Just a lot on my mind.
Talk to me then. Let me help.
I need to make sense of this myself first. But thank you for the offer.
It is the men you kill, isn't it? You feel something for them.
How?
Ah, my friend. You are not meant to enjoy these grim tasks. Regret, uncertainty, sympathy. This is to be expected.
I should not fear these feelings.
You should embrace them. They are what keep you human.
What if I'm wrong? What if these men are not meant to die? What if they mean well? Misguided, perhaps, but pure in motive.
I am but a RAFIQ, Altair, and such things are beyond me. Perhaps Al-MUALIM can help you to make sense of it.
Yes, perhaps. Thank you, Rafiq.
It is my pleasure to have served with one as skilled as you.
Fast-forwarding memory to a more recent one.
SIBRAND, like others I've slain, was convinced his brothers would bring peace to the land by freeing the people from the shackles of faith. The strange Brotherhood seeks the same as the assassins, but the methods are too brutal and imprecise. I admit I'm torn. While I can appreciate their goals, I view with disfavor the way in which they seek to realize them. Still, the situation raises questions. If we want the same thing, shouldn't we not be working together? Perhaps Al-MUALIM can explain. I mean, he kinda answered it himself, right? They have like different, you know, like ways of going about fulfilling their goals, and that's where they fundamentally change between the Assassins and the Templars. Only that corruption can also befall the Assassins, and then, you know, somebody in the Brotherhood of the Assassins tries the same thing as the Templars try, by bringing about peace through control. But then again, you know, Al-MUALIM is kind of like somebody playing both sides here. Yeah, that finishes memory block 5.
Not a lot of time, Pick.
Understand there's a narrow launch window.
Wherever it's hidden, time to retrieve it.
Working on it.
And when it's done,
He'll be taken care of.
I want that progress report by tomorrow morning.
I've got some work I need to do. So you've got the rest of the night to yourself.
Yeah, same 19. This game definitely deserves lots of love, I think. It just really was kind of groundbreaking during its time, and I think it actually aged quite well.
I think there's a problem with the Animus.
Nope, it's working fine.
I'm pretty sure it just ejected me
I'm
when
pretty sure you should shut up.
You ready to finally tell me what's going on?
We have to stop them, Desmond. When they access that last memory of yours, they're just getting started. They want to change everything. The way we live, the way we think, the way we are. You've gotten the lecture from Vidic about what's wrong with the world, how we need order and discipline, so they're going to give it to us. Only we don't have a say in the matter.
How?
The Templar treasure. They think it...
Miss Stillman?
I'm here.
I need you to upload Desmond's files to the database.
Got it.
Still one of my favorite games ever. Yeah, I would have to say the same, to be honest. It's definitely for me in the upper category of like AC games in terms of like ranking them. But for me, you know, it's also like definitely the story as well being like one of the strongest points about this one. I would honestly have to say that this is one of the games with the best writings in the series. Because it really kind of like constantly makes you think, you know, and tries to kind of like engage your brain and trying to distract you with like stuff. Especially on like a very much a philosophical level. Which makes sense because ultimately, you know, the struggle between the Assassins and Templars is also a philosophical one.
So what? You're using me to find this Templar treasure? What do they call it? The Piece of Eden?
Yes.
Well, it's looking like it's at Messiah. So I don't know why they're wasting all this time with me. Why don't they just send their people to pick it up?
They can't. It's not that simple. The artifact from Messiah, they had it. It was destroyed in the accident.
Then what are they hoping for me? You know, for my ancestor to tell them?
They're hoping he'll show them where the other ones are.
You mean there's more than one of these things?
Oh, Desmond, you have no idea.
Yeah, you don't.
Is there a problem, Miss
No,
Stillman?
Warren. Everything's Denver on my end.
Then, where are the files?
I've got to move these files before he gets suspicious. We'll talk more later.
Wait, what's that mean, everything's Denver?
It means everything's fine.
Why Denver?
It's a reference to Denver International Airport. There's an underground facility there. It's where the accident happened.
Yeah, it was also in relation to the email we read last time that Vidic received and deleted. Somebody has actually seen him and Abstergo perform this experiment that has gone heavily awry, killing quite a few people.
Aren't you tired?
But therefore now it's time to go back into our room and wait for Lucy to disappear so we can investigate the laptops and the new emails they received. Okay, nothing new here. But this is new here. Lucy kind of like talking with the assassins actually. But we're gonna go all the way to the beginning and then just read the conversations. Okay, so the assassin's writing to Lucy. Lead info on DIA event. Lucy says at least 20 dead in accident. Assume this is the site of launch. If not launch, then certainly assembly should try and infiltrate. Reckon we're talking about Denver International Airport there. What is the purpose of launch? Low Earth orbit transmitter for artifact. Extension of condition response experiments from 5 years ago. If successful, they control everything. Kind of like talking about using the Apple of Eden where we're trying to find with Desmond to put into a transmitter, beam them up to the sky, and then control like more and more people at the same time. What do you mean everything? Our minds. What about Desmond? Using him to locate another artifact. I've been delaying, but they are close now. Does he know about us? No. Good. Keep it that way for now. Can you send the rescue? Then there's kind of like a new email from Faster Cheaper Mets. Problems down there. Wonder why does everyone lost at you? I let you guess. Let's just say she's probably getting it bigger and better from someone else that isn't you. How can you hope to compete? Rest assured there are some good ways. Click the link to see. It's kind of like a scam mail, but as you can see, lots of letters are kind of like capitalized. And if you only read those, then it will say, we will be there soon. So, essentially saying the assassins will come and try to rescue Desmond and Lucy. I think this is quite interesting because honestly, with what we know about Lucy kind of like eventually betraying the assassins, you know, this kind of like really seems like not fitting with that storyline. And of course initially it wasn't planned that way either, right? Like Lucy wasn't planned to be a traitor. That she actually warns them about what the Templars are planning and trying to stall them in the search for the apple is not in the interest of Abstergo whatsoever. You know, like even as a distraction or kind of like double agent strategy, this would be stupid, you know, to do. To warn them about the kind of like the facility of Denver, you know, especially since Abstergo things that kept it under the radar. So telling them about that. And yeah, trying to stall the progress, you know. Because the whole reason later is that Vidic says infiltrate the assassins, make Desmond think that he's safe, and then try to get the information about the apple, you know. Because apparently it didn't really work out. Yeah. But I think that in turn could open up a theory that Lucy indeed was torn, right? That Lucy didn't really plan on betraying the assassins from start to finish. Maybe she was really torn, you know. Maybe her real motivation was to, you know, really focus on like preventing the end of the Earth, you know. Because later in AC2, when AC2 ends, she's saying the Templars are not our biggest threat, not by a long shot. It's, you know, the Earth being cooked. So what I like to think, you know, is that Lucy ultimately sides with a side that could potentially prevent, or might have a better chance of preventing the end of the Earth. Maybe. But then again, that doesn't really make sense because the Templars want the Earth to end in a way, right? They want to kind of like have a lot of the humanity wiped out and then kind of like take over, right? The New World Order, so that doesn't make really sense either. But really shows that the whole storyline about her is kind of like very much conflicted and didn't really go exactly as they initially planned, did it? Personally, never really agreed with how Lucy's story turned out. Yeah, I feel similar, you know, because for me it always seemed like Lucy was at least like conflicted between the two parties, you know. There's reason to believe that in AC1 already, when she kind of like talks about how they are having good goals but bad means of achieving them. and how she thinks she owes them because Vidic saved her, but also thinks they might have manipulated her as well. Really showing that she does have a very ambivalent relationship to Abstergo. So yeah, like her just being like a villain from start to finish, I think doesn't really make too much sense to me. I think she must be conflicted to some degree. Wouldn't really pay justice to her character to just be like a traitor. Okay, there's some new email here. Oh yeah, this is kind of like the classified information. And Henry Lyman writes to Warren Vidic regarding classified information. Guess the shit's really hit the fan this time. Someone managed to leak a bunch of documents on the fluoride enhancement studies, and now the pharmaceutical division is under investigation by the feds. They've shut the entire place down. Did you see what was in those reports? What the hell were they thinking? They pretty much poisoned an entire town. This is cool, because this is actually in regards to Sean Hastings, a character introduced in AC2, and gonna be a character up until Valhalla and ongoing. One of the major characters in modern day, because he was the one to actually leak the documents on the fluoride enhancement studies. And that put him in the radar of Abstergo, and they tried to kill him. Only Rebecca Crane, another major character in modern day, saved him. And then he ended up joining the Assassins. It's just interesting timing wise, right? Because this is like early September. And in AC2 it makes it seem like Sean was with the Assassins already longer than just like, you know, a few weeks. Jane Burkham writes to Vidic, everything okay? Wow, you have been watching the news? Stock is going to take a hit from this for sure. Want to grab lunch today? And Rickon also answers. It's about those idiots in the Pilts division. We're putting out a press release about the satellite, telling them launch has been delayed until the 21st so that we can make improvements to the coverage area. Some stuff about less dropped calls. For the benefit of our consumers, of course. Let's just make sure you get what you need in time to meet the new launch window. And we get the password for the computer in the conference room. And some new daily headlines. Hundreds hospitalized in wake of water tampering scandal. Abstergo Holdings stand accused of secretly manipulating a small town's water supply in order to test a synthetic drug referred to internally as new fluoride. Nation mourns the loss of Final Film Studio. History was made today with the closing of the country's last movie studio. The rising prominence of video games coupled with rampant piracy are considered to be the leading causes of its demise. Yeah, it's kind of funny, you know. This being 5 years in the future, they kind of like created a theory that games will become so cinematic, and this game of course tries to be very cinematic, as all the AC games really. That films are kind of like obsolete, and that coupled with piracy, so people not really paying for going to the cinema or like buying DVDs, leads to the demise of actual movie studios. Okay, nothing new here. Nice IT security, yeah. It's almost like they want Desmond to learn about stuff.
Time's wasting, Mr. Miles.
Yeah, I'm coming.
We're nearly done, you know.
And then what?
You'll see. Maybe they'll even let you watch when it begins. It's not as terrible as you think.
Look, I know you're not gonna let me leave. So why not tell me what's going on? Humor me.
I'm not an idiot, Mr. Miles. I think you've already learned quite a bit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course not.
All right, let me ask you something else then.
Yes?
Some of the stuff I'm seeing in the Animus, sometimes it seems wrong. Untrue, like the history is off somehow. It doesn't...
It doesn't what, Mr. Miles? Match up with what you read on an online encyclopedia? What your high school history teacher taught you? Let me ask you something. Do these supposed experts have access to secret knowledge kept hidden from the rest of us?
There are books, letters, documents, all sorts of source material from back then. Some of it seems to contradict what the Animus is showing me.
Anyone can write a book, and they can put whatever they want on its pages. Anything. Used to be, we thought the world was flat.
Some people still do.
Yes, and they publish books about it. Or that the moon landing was a hoax. I believe there's also a book claims the world was created in 7 days. A bestseller, too.
Where's this going, Doc?
The point, I suppose, is that you shouldn't trust everything you hear, everything you read. What's that your ancestors said? Nothing is true?
Everything is permitted.
Yes, exactly. It's part of what makes the Animus so spectacular. There's no room for misinterpretation.
There's always room.
Touché, Mr. Miles. Now that I've answered your question, can we begin?
Ava Arthur, welcome in. I really like these dialogues between Vidic and Desmond as well. You know, kind of reminds me a little bit of like MUALIM and Altair. Only that Desmond knows that, you know, he's his enemy. But the whole fact that, you know, Vidic is not really being very subtle about Desmond essentially being killed off after this. You know, like Desmond also believing there's no way you're gonna really escape here either. Makes them become much more honest with each other. Kind of like similar to the, you know, after assassination death sequences between Altair and his targets. You know, doesn't really matter really anymore. Or either side if they are truthful with each other. Indeed, yeah, we only have one more assassination with Roberta SABLE. And then, of course, the ending, and then we're done. So I anticipate we're gonna get that today.
Climb tall structures to gain a bird's eye view of the...
Come in, my student. We have much to discuss. We are close, Altair. Robert de Sable is now all that stands between us and victory. It is his mouth gives the orders. His hand pays the gold. With him dies the knowledge of the Templar treasure and any threat it might pose.
I still don't understand how a simple bit of treasure could cause so much chaos.
The peace of Eden is temptation given form. Merely look at what it's done to Robert. Once he tasted of its power, the thing consumed him. He saw not a dangerous weapon to be destroyed, but a tool. One that would help him realize his life's ambition.
He dreamed of power then?
Yes and no. He dreamed, still dreams. Like us, of peace.
But this is a man who sought to see the Holy Land consumed by war.
No, Altair. How can you not see when you're the one that opened my eyes to this?
What do you mean?
What do he and his followers want? A world in which all men are united. I do not despise his goal. I share it. But I take issue with the means. Peace is something to be learned, to be understood, to be embraced.
He would force it.
And rob us of our free will in the process.
Strange, to think of him in this way.
Never harbor hate for your victims, Altair. Such thoughts are poison, and will cloud your judgment.
Could he not be convinced, then, to end his mad quest?
I spoke to him in my way, through you. What was each killing if not a message? But he has chosen to ignore us.
Then there's only one thing left to do.
Jerusalem is where you faced him first. It's where you'll find him now. Let this final offering lend you strength. Go, Altair. It's time to finish this.
Yeah, really summing up the whole Assassin and Templar discrepancy quite well, you know. They share a similar goal, but a very different means of going about it. And then also the irony that the reason MUALIM understands Robert de Sable so well is that he will ultimately do the same thing. Yeah, I just love the writing in AC1. I tell you, it seems my students do not fully understand what it is to wield a blade. Perhaps you could show them what you know? I like how we now also have throwing knives on the shoulder pad there. Very iconic look there for Altair. Guess the belt throwing knives aren't enough. It needs more.
Why is he in such a hurry? He's going to hurt someone.
Yeah, the next time we're gonna go to Masyaf, the place is gonna look very different. Hey there, Brutus, welcome in. Update here.
Use the action view to gather information.
What's going on?
Let's make our way to Jerusalem then. Kinda funny how the clothing looked just now.
What's going on?
أنا متأكد get away! Kill him! You're a dead man!
Okay, Jerusalem. Right. Wrong way.
Kill him! Over here! Stop him! I'll get you!
Eyyuhal murtad!
Gözünüzü kırpmayın, geri dönecek. Eyyuhal murtad! Over here!
Sure are a lot of guards here. Hey, Listener, welcome in. Good morning. Indeed, yeah, we're currently on the last assassination, or on the way to the last assassination, with Robert de Sable. And after that, of course, we are going into the very ending sequence. So I anticipate we're gonna finish the game today, actually. But with an HUD challenge, you know, you never know, I guess, how fast you're gonna progress. But I have a good feeling.
Please be more careful, just an old man. I wonder if anyone... Could you please be more careful? At my age, this...
I still hadn't had to look at the map once in the playthrough, and I anticipate it's gonna stay that way. Yeah, once we reach AC24, that's gonna change, that's for sure. Definitely gonna boop MUALIM today, that's for sure.
God save him! What's gone mad?
He's gone mad.
Have you gone mad?
You shouldn't be here. Be gone.
Okay, time to find the burrow. It's a green domed rooftop, so it does definitely stand out. There it is. It was probably one of my favorite parts of the story as well, because now we're gonna reach the ending evolution of Malik's and Altair's relationship. For reference, he's the guy that warned us in the beginning of the game that we were breaking all of the tenets of the creed, essentially. However, Altair didn't really listen to him, and as a result, Malik lost his arm, so couldn't be a field agent anymore, which is why he's spending time in RAFIQ now as like an informant and planner. And he also lost his brother, who was kind of like, yeah, keeping us company during the mission. Which meant that Malik was obviously quite enraged by Atir's actions, but ultimately, you know, their relationship also advances, and now we have reached this point.
Safety and peace, Altair.
Upon you as well, brother.
Seems fate has a funny way with things.
So it's true then. Robert de Sable is in Jerusalem.
I've seen the knights myself.
Only misfortune follows that man. If he's here, it's because he intends ill. I won't give him the chance to act.
Do not let vengeance cloud your thoughts, brother. We both know no good can come of that.
I have not forgotten. You have nothing to fear. I do not seek revenge, but knowledge.
Truly, you are not the man I once knew.
My work has taught me many things, revealed secrets to me. But there are still pieces of this puzzle I do not possess.
What do you mean?
All the men I've laid to rest have worked together, united by this man. Robert has designs upon the land. This much I know for certain. But how and why, when and where, these things remain out of reach.
Crusaders and Saracens working together?
They are none of these things, but something else. Templars.
The Templars are a part of the Crusader army.
Or so they'd like King Richard to believe. No. Their only allegiance is to Robert de Sable and some mad idea that they will stop the war.
You spin a strange tale.
You have no idea, Malik. But tell me where they've been seen. I should be after him before he slips away.
3 places I can say for certain. West of here, near both a guard tower and a hospital. And to the southwest, at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. See what you can learn. I will do the same.
I'll be quick as I can.
Stay safe, my friend.
Alright, so let's see if the direction he pointed towards is actually the one I have to go to. I was kind of pointing towards this direction over there, which is accurate actually. You can see in the background the kind of like towering building that's right in front of the cemetery where I have to go later for the assassination. So that district is easier to spot because you have like kind of like a skyline that reveals it.
You are not supposed to be here. Leave.
Please, sir, have any money?
Stop this man!
Belki sefer elimizden kurtulduk.
Oh! Heretic! Oh!
Was this game that originally didn't have a HUD but they added later? It was, yeah. Yeah, this game actually has received lots and lots of changes apparently, according to insider interviews of people that worked on the game. But yeah, initially it was planned... It's like a dialogue in the background, that's important. But it did kind of like start initially being designed for a no HUD experience, because I really wanted to immerse yourself into the game, which is why you also have like so many kind of like visual and audio kind of like indicators. You know, for example, when you're in stealth or different phases of stealth, you're gonna have like different kind of like noises happening. And the way kind of like the graphics guide you to certain buildings and stuff, even like pointing in the direction of like where the next kind of like investigation could be, was really designed around the idea of like trying to like naturally guide people to the next kind of like thing. And also of course having all the road signs in the kingdom kind of like guiding you towards the major cities was also like making it quite easy actually to find where you had to go. So yeah, the game was definitely designed for it. But in the ending stages of the development, they of course had some playtesters and that changed a couple of things. For example, adding a HUD, because I thought it was a bit too niche to kind of like only appeal to people wanting to play without one. And they thought it might be a bit too much to expect of players, especially playing for the first time, I guess, to play it that way. Another thing was that supposedly the creative director let his son play the game to test it, and he was like, yeah, this is fun and all, but that's not enough to do. So that's why they added more investigations for one, and they also added stuff like the flags as collectibles. Because it was actually kind of like a statement from the director in a way, because he thought it was completely pointless having those kind of collectibles. So he put 420 like flags into the game, and then didn't give any reward because he thought, you know, collectibles are pointless in general. Or just kind of like are there to like add more playtime. So yeah, I mean the only reward you're really getting out of the flags is you get a save point and you get more health every now and then. But other than that, of course, there's not really much use to them. But yeah, there were kind of like lots of things added in the last stages of the game, and I think before the game shipped, they literally did like an all-nighter for like 3 days straight or something to finish the content that they still had to put into the game. Some crazy stuff there.
Is to usher in an age of peace between all men.
Okay, our first investigation.
These Christian soldiers as you would a brother.
An interrogation.
With open arms. In this way, we might forgive the sins of the past and bring about a better tomorrow. We must be strong, we must be brave, and we must find the courage to face those we once called our enemies and now instead call them friends. The Crusaders come to Jerusalem, bringing with them an opportunity to end the fighting, to stop the war. That we may stand as one, we must not turn them away.
Please, can't you spare something? I'm poor and sick and hungry. No, you don't understand. I have nothing. Please, sir, have any money? All I ask is for a quick coin.
I'll teach you to take a fight. You're going to kill me. He's attacking me.
You speak of peace, but your words are hollow.
No, I speak the truth. Why would you say other?
You're a Templar.
So I am.
Then you are also a liar and a fraud, just like your master. Where is he? What does he intend?
It's peace he seeks, I swear it. And the proof is in his actions. A Christian at a Muslim's funeral. We want an end to all of this.
Only because it serves your needs.
But this is a noble thing we want. The land will be united beneath our banner.
United through force. You'd enslave us all.
It is for the best.
No, it's not. And so long as my brothers and I breathe, you will not succeed.
What are Robert's true motives? They say Robert wants peace and seeks to prove it by attending a Muslim funeral. But I know the truth. He doesn't seek peace but control. Dominion over the land and its people. I would deny him this.
All right, where are you?
Please, can't you spare something? I'm poor and sick and hungry. Please, help me!
He's going to hurt himself. He should stop acting like a child.
Good sir, spare some coins, please. Just a few.
Just a few? It's always just a few.
gone, Pest?
What's wrong with him?
Have you gone mad? Did you see that?
Has he gone mad? Oh, Informer Challenge. Oh.
Altair, my friend. You must help me. Malik has tasked me with killing several archers posted in the region, so that our brothers might move around more easily. Normally, it wouldn't be a problem, but this funeral has everyone on edge. The city guard has dispatched its best men to keep the peace, and I simply don't have the skill to remove them. I'd ask 2 favors of you then. First, to kill the bowmen, and second, do not tell Malik of my failure. In exchange, I'll see what I can learn of Robert's plans.
And if he thought I won't help him. It's so funny. It's like, okay then, good to know. Okay, so I have to kill archers. First one. There's 4 total I have to kill. There's another guy. Might also be a target. Gotta be quite careful because I could be lurking around the corners here. I feel like redeeming with every time it happens in game.
Kill him!
Ah, you gotta be shitting me. Why did he detect me so fast? He got into conflict with me before I even threw the freaking throwing knife.
What is he doing?
When you did this, you got all 4 archers dealt with, then got detected on the way back to the informant. Gotta love when that happens, right? It's like, okay then.
Stop him!
Jesus, he was about to detect us again. Okay, I think there's another guy. Huh? But I can't like analyze the pattern here a bit.
Kill him!
Jesus. Yeah, that's just a straight up bug that happens in AC1 sometimes, you know, like they have ice in their back. You know, like you see, like he drew the bow and tried to detect me even though he wasn't even looking at me. Hey there, Stan, welcome in. How's it going? Okay, so where's the last guy? Who? I think he's down there. Isn't he? Yeah, he's down there. Okay. All of them.
Why would anyone do that?
I'm forever grateful for your aid. Malik would never have forgiven me. Here's what I've learned. For a man such as myself, a direct assault in the cemetery would be impossible. There's simply too many guards. Instead, I'd look to blend in with the scholars who are sure to be in attendance. It may not be the most direct approach, but it's certainly safer.
Then with some scholars during the funeral. Reaching Robert might prove difficult given the number of guards around. Were I to join a group of scholars, I could make my way to him much more easily. It's kind of like on the left side of the cemetery. You're looking forward to starting Origins late next week? Indeed. Yeah, I've been really looking forward as well to see you play that game, Lucinda, and I kind of like this transitional period, you know, of like Assassin's Creed going from like action-adventure to RPG. Would be interesting to hear your thoughts about it, and also like Bayek as a character. But yeah, personally, I love Origins to death. Like, still one of my favorite games of all time, really. You're broken yet another headset, you're down to a number of 0 in total. Jesus. So how many did you have to get in the last year, Stan? Was that the only one, or did you already break another one in the last year? Ava Moller, welcome in. Yeah, Altair, I think, is a really cool character. I like the journey he goes on, you know, from like very arrogant and maybe a bit too confident to still confident, but at least, you know, being aware of his faults. And yeah, it's really cool kind of like seeing how his relationships to like characters like Malik, MUALIM, etc. kind of like evolve too. Okay, one more investigation and we can start final assassination.
Strange, I've never seen someone do that before.
There's a citizen. And that's the cemetery. We can have a look for the scholars, maybe. But this is where the assassination will take place. Sennheiser is so near JBO, something called Trust. Jesus. Sorry to hear that you have been having so many issues. I can really recommend my headphones, Stan. They're from a company called Biodynamic, and they are very, very good when it comes to kind of like supporting you. Also, if something goes broke. I'm not sure how they're called right now, like exact product name. But Biodynamic in general is a pretty good company, so I can recommend. They also have like parts that they give you if something goes broke. So you don't have to like replace a whole headset. If only one thing goes when I broke.
There is no greater glory than this. I stand before you to deliver a warning. Should Richard take Jaffa, there will be no
Is that an investigation?
He will march on Jerusalem next. We must end this.
Looks like we should be talking to Java, but I don't think it's an eavesdrop. Yeah.
It is our duty to defend it until death.
Why are you doing this? Please, sir, have any money? A few coins. All I ask is for a few coins.
Also a pair of wired Sony headphones. Earphones got sucked by robot vacuum. Jesus. And no worries, I can just write that name into the chat.
You don't understand. I have nothing. No, please don't leave. Just a few coins.
If you want to have a specific look at the concrete headphones that I have. I've actually written it down in my description for the channel under setup. But you don't understand. I have nothing. All of the NPC quotes are just very iconic in this game, you know.
He tempts us always. Be strong, strong like Salahadin.
It's a bit of a crooked house here. A crooked wall, I should say.
Won't anyone help me? Can't you spare something? I'm poor and sick and hungry. A few coins. All I ask is for a few coins. No, you don't understand. Has he lost his mind?
Wait. Wasn't very nice.
No, you don't understand. I have nothing. Let me go.
Not sure if I'm in the right district anymore here.
Just a few coins, please. Can't you spare something?
I think this might be a pickpocket, isn't it?
Please, sir, have any money?
Good sir, spare some coins, please. Just a few.
Just a few?
Away with the bill.
Wait, don't throw freaking rocks at me. But I hate the beggars so much. Cost some money, don't they? I mean, mine cost like 120 bucks or so, and I had them for many years now. Also kind of like standard industry headphones for, yeah, like anything working with like music, recording, editing, etc. So they're like almost the best you can find in that kind of like price segment, at least. But yeah, it's decent price, I would say. But yeah, that must be a pickpocket there, I think. Indeed.
Take the map I've given you and see that the guards are placed accordingly. We'll be safe enough during the procession. It's the burial that worries me. Easy for our enemies to hide amongst the crowd.
If you're so concerned, why not post your own men? Search the site yourselves.
Our presence here has caused enough chaos. I can only imagine how the people would react, seeing Crusader soldiers marching across their holy ground.
Then perhaps you should not attend at all.
He was our friend and brother, and we will honor him as he passes from this world. You insult me by suggesting otherwise.
I'll post the men. I don't want trouble either.
Then stop trying to make it, and do as you've been asked.
Yeah, I love the music in AC1.
Away with you.
Let's move. There he is.
A few coins. All I ask is for a few coins. I beg of you. I beg of you, just a few coins, please. No, you don't understand. I have nothing.
It's a envoy.
Please, just a few coins, please.
Get out of my way, woman.
A few coins. All I ask is for a few coins. No, please don't leave. Just a few coins,
Dude.
please.
Alter, it's just not reaching it. Fuck.
You're hurting me. Don't hurt me, please.
The fuck? Oh shit. Oh shit. Like, how many attempts do I have to do to actually succeed in pickpocketing?
Have any money? I beg of you. I beg of you, just a few coins, please.
Now she's throwing freaking stones at me again.
Please, can't you spare something? I'm poor and
What the fuck? The game was just like really debating me there. I have nothing.
Evvelki sefer elimizden kurtuldu. Bu sefer kaçmasına izin ver. Bu şehirde bir yerde olduğunu biliyorum ve seni elime geçireceğim.
I beg of you, just a few coins, please. My family is sick and dying. Could you spare a few coins? I need food. I'm so hungry. Just a little money, I beg of you.
لا يوجد مهرب أيها الله.
For your sins. Die here.
Without words. Rebecca's finally make Ati a snap. Yeah. It's actually insane. Just gonna try to pickpocket him here now. I don't know, like something must be bugged with the pickpocket as well, because I tried so many times, ran super close to him, and he's still... Thank you, fucking finally. Robert's men are working with the Jerusalem Guard to protect the cemetery during Majtadin's funeral. Doubling the guard would have posed a problem, but this map would give me an advantage. Knowing where the men are stationed, I can simply make sure I avoid them. I love a guy who yells, who's responsible for this? I'm literally being responsible for it as we are speaking. Exactly. It's always funny when I kind of like ask for who's done it. Especially funny when you're like still in a dialogue and they literally can't detect you because it's like exempt from detection during like dialogue and cutscenes. And you just run past them like nothing happened. Alright, but that finishes our investigation. Time to head back to the burrow and do this.
Please, I've done nothing wrong. Why are you doing this?
Templar. Hello there.
ستقضي وقتك في تعذيب البدع. أنتم تتبعون إلها زائد. Please, you're hurting me. أيها المرتد.
Where? Are they literally refusing to assassinate?
إنه ينهك نفسه. اقبضوا عليه. اقبضوا عليه. اقبضوا عليه.
Jesus Christ, this game right now.
You're a dead man! Cover! أنت تتبع طريق الضلال! Pay for your sin!
We cannot reach a dead end here, I think.
Infidel!
You won't get away! Your life ends now!
Let's have a look for the burrow already here.
Won't get away from me!
There's actually quite a lot of rooftop archers right now.
Keep up with me! Don't let him get away! I will help you!
So where's the burrow?
Probably notice him. He'll probably be back. Let's not stay here.
Die, thief!
Please, help me!
You dare steal in my presence? That will cost you your life!
Just a few coins,
Dirty
please.
thief! I'll have your hand for that!
Please, do you have any money?
Praise be Salahadin! He has found the strength to stand in defense of our great civilization. Make no mistake, it is our very existence we are fighting for. The infidel king would see us all wiped from the world. We must resist.
Imagine proposing to your partner like that. Like what, Stan? I think I just missed that.
A few coins. All I ask is for a few
I have your hand for marriage. You don't have a choice in it, right? I have your hand for that. Still a better love story than Twilight.
Leave this place.
Can I throw throwing knife? Oh, I have no throwing knives left. Rip. I think I see the burrow over there.
Please, I've done nothing wrong. Why are you this?
Please, can't you spare something?
You ever see someone do that before? I have.
Never seen parkour before. I just said.
Die, thief!
And thousands of lives are lost in its defense. It seems
You've the scent of success about you, brother.
I've learned much about our enemy.
Share your knowledge then. Let us see what can be done with it.
Robert and his Templars walked the city. They've come to pay their respects to Majd-ud-Din. They'll attend his funeral, which means so will I.
What is this that Templars would attend his funeral?
I have yet to divine their true intentions, though I'll have a confession in time. The citizens themselves are divided. Many call for their lives. Still others insist that they are here to parley, to make peace.
Peace?
I told you. The others I've slain have said as much to me.
That would make them our allies. And yet we killed them.
Make no mistake, we are nothing like these men. Though their goal sounds noble, the means by which they'd achieve it are not. At least, that's what MUALIM told me.
So what is your plan?
I'll attend the funeral and confront Robert.
The sooner the better. Fortune favor your blade, brother.
Malik, before I go, there's something I should say.
Be out with it.
I've been a fool.
Normally I'd make no argument, but what is this? What are you talking about?
All this time, I never told you I was sorry. Too damn proud. You lost your arm because of me. Lost Qadar. You had every right to be angry.
I do not accept your apology.
I understand.
No, you don't. I do not accept your apology because you are not the same man who went with me into Solomon's temple. And so you have nothing to apologize for.
Malik.
Perhaps if I had not been so envious of you, I would not have been so careless myself. I'm just as much to blame.
Don't say such things.
We are one. As we share the glory of our victories, so too should we share the pain of our defeat. In this way, we grow closer. We grow stronger.
Thank you, brother.
Rest if you need to, Altair, that you might be ready for what lies ahead.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent.
One of my favorite scenes actually in AC1, I have to say. Malik says you have nothing to apologize for because you're not the same person anymore. You know, that Malik can also grow over this, you know, like over everything that's happened because of Altair. Quite commendable. He's such a great character, isn't he, 19? Robert de Sable and his men are in Jerusalem to attend Mashadine's funeral. He says it is to promote peace between the Christians and the Muslims, but he has something else in mind. I shall strike him down during the procession and find out what he truly intends. Yeah, I'm kinda bummed about finding out what happened to Malik, you know, later. And that he didn't, like, reappear either. Because he was hands down one of my absolute favorite characters of AC1. Jump looked kind of weird. A reverse jump into nothing. With an air.
Somebody help me! A few coins. All I ask is for a few coins.
Okay, that's a place of the funeral there. We gotta find a way around inside. Oh shoot. Yeah, let's go down. I'll fight another way. Many archers. Jesus, how many archers are here? Pretty sure I've used the scholars, I guess to get inside. Okay. Yeah, they're just a patrolling guard who are looking for me essentially, and if I just like jog, like not even run or something, like if I just use right trigger, they're gonna like attack me. We're gonna deal with those and then we get inside the assassination area here. But it won't alert the target or anything. good.
Amen. We gather here to mourn the loss of our beloved Majd-ud-Din. Taken too soon from this world. I know you feel sorrow and pain at his passing, but you should not. For just as we are all brought forth from the womb, so too must we all one day pass from this world. It is only natural, like the rising and the setting of the sun. Take this moment to reflect on his life and give thanks for all the good he did. Know that one day you will stand with him again in paradise.
Amen.
So I think they're actually waiting for us to move before they are gonna kind of like notice us, which is a cool detail. Otherwise, just gonna stand here forever praying. Yeah.
As you know, this man was murdered. We have tried to track his killer, but it has proved difficult. These creatures cling to the shadows and run from any who would face them fairly. But not today, for it seems one stands among us. He mocks us with his presence and must be made to pay. Seize him! Bring him forward that God's justice might be done!
That assassination looks so weird. Come on, attack me. Gotcha.
I would see your eyes before you die.
I sense you expected someone else.
What sorcery is this?
No sorcery. We knew you'd come. Robert needed to be sure he'd have time to get away.
So he flees.
We cannot deny your success. You have laid waste to our plans. First the treasure, then our men. Control of the Holy Land slipped away. But then he saw an opportunity to reclaim what has been stolen, to turn your victories to our advantage.
MUALIM still holds your treasure, and we've routed your army before. Whatever Robert plans, he'll fail again.
Ah, but it's not just Templars you'll contend with now.
Speak sense.
Robert rides for Arsuf to plead his case that Saracen and Crusader unite against the Assassins.
That will never happen. They have no reason to.
Had, perhaps. But now you've given them one. 9, in fact. The bodies you've left behind, victims on both sides. You've made the Assassins an enemy in common and ensured the annihilation of your entire order. Well done.
Not 9. 8.
What do you mean?
You were not my target. I will not take your life. You're free to go, but do not follow me.
I don't need to. You're already too late.
We'll see.
Let's get out of here.
Over here! Stop him!
Jesus, idea. Parkour much. Couldn't have just like regularly walked on there, could you?
Kime boyun eğmek istiyorsun?
Let me check your watch for a second. It's Templar saying time. Or not, I guess. Why is this guy still up here? Go away. Jesus Christ, idea. Can you actually parkour for once? Like the amount of times you're just falling off ledges is insane. Okay, there's a burrow, nice. I like how it just straight up despawned there.
It was a trap.
I had heard the funeral turned to chaos. What happened?
Robert de Sable was never here. He sent another in his stead. He was expecting me.
You must go to MUALIM.
There's no time. She told me where he's gone, what he plans. If I return to Masyaf, he might succeed. And then, I fear we'll be destroyed.
We have killed most of his men. He cannot hope to mount a proper attack. Wait, did you say she?
Yes, it was a woman. Strange, I know. But that's for another time. For now, we must focus on Robert. We may have thinned his ranks, but the man is clever. He goes to plead his case to Richard and Salah ad-Din, to unite them against the common enemy. Against us.
Surely you're mistaken. This makes no sense. These two men would never...
Oh, but they would. And we have ourselves to blame. The men I've killed, men on both sides of the conflict. Men important to both leaders. Robert's plan may be ambitious, but it makes sense. And it could work.
Look, brother. Things have changed. You must return to Masyaf. We cannot act without our master's permission. It could compromise the Brotherhood. I thought you had learned this.
Stop hiding behind words, Malik. You wield the creed and its tenets like some shield. He's keeping things from us. Important things. You were the one told me we could never know anything, only suspect. Well, I suspect this business with the Templars goes deeper. When I'm done with Robert, I will ride for Masyaf that we may have answers. But perhaps you could go now.
I cannot leave the city.
Then walk amongst its people. Seek out those who served the ones I slew. Learn what you can. You call yourself perceptive. Perhaps you'll see something I could not.
I don't know. I must think on this.
Do as you must, my friend. But it's time I ride for Arsuf. Every moment I delay, our enemy gets one step ahead of me.
Be careful, brother.
I will be. I promise.
I've been deceived. Robert has long left Jerusalem. Arsuf is his destination. And so will be mine as well. I only hope I will not be too late. If Robert succeeds in convincing Richard and Salah ad-Din we are the enemy, the assassins will be destroyed. We cannot withstand the combined might of the Saracen and Crusader armies. Yeah, sure can't. That's sexist talk. It's almost like sexism was prevalent during this time.
I'll have your hand for that! You have no business here. Leave.
Gotta find the game crash. Never mind, just it's stuck. Gotta find the city gates. I think first one over there, actually. And the writing for Arsuf. So I'm gonna be riding towards Acre, and somewhere on the way to Acre should be like a small way leading us to Arsuf. Definitely the trickiest location to find without the map, but just orientating towards Acre should be sufficient. So once you see checkpoint reach, we also know that we're on the right path too. Should be getting closer now. Isn't it here? Yeah, there you go, Arsuf. That's the path.
Use vigilantes you have freed to block your movement.
Nothing but Templars from here on out. Yeah, gonna be lots and lots of combat. love observing here kind of like the armies marching in the middle of war, quite literally. Okay, can I go up here? Okay then.
How is this possible? Don't move him!
Yeah, definitely. This game is certainly unique and also has very memorable moments. Both bad and good ones, I guess. But it does stick out and definitely is quite memorable. Snow voiced both Desmond and Altair. He doesn't actually, he only voices Desmond. I don't know the name exactly of Altair's voice actor, but he's also one with Arabic background actually, and does speak Arabic as well. Which is why he's nailing so many of the Arabic pronunciations. But later I decided to switch out Altair for a more stereotypical accent with another voice actor in Revelations. I have this feeling that Nolan now voices everyone on Earth. I mean, he's done so much, especially during this time, between like 2009 and 2012. Or 2007, 2012 I should say. Didn't know Nolan voiced Desmond until the end of AC3, really? Damn, even though you played quite a few games with him, right?
Kime boyun eğmek istiyorsun?
character. Okay, I got shot as in a... Yeah, I mean, definitely does a good job alternating his voice, I think. Like, even though his voice is recognizable, you know, in some, like if he's not playing a super casual character, then he can definitely do quite a good, you know, job of like alternating his voice. I think he also was a penguin in Arkham Knight, didn't he? There he also sounds like so different. That's quite a few people. Like how just one-shotting people here. Okay, that war chunk done. Ava Mustang, welcome in. Yeah, so AC3 did introduce the double counter kill. You could double chain kill before that already since Brotherhood, but double counter kill you couldn't. And yeah, they didn't make it a triplet, but with Syndicate you of course have the option to at least set up a potential quadra finisher, but that also wasn't a counter. So in Syndicate the only counter kill you could do was also for 2 people at the same time, which is actually super difficult to pull off. Because you had to be very, very low health, or you had to be like super overpowered.
Now, you should know better. Pick a fight.
Okay, Switchblade, welcome in. You can like grab them and cover throat. In this game you can't. You can't hold them in a grabbing position, you can only like throw them. So starting with AC2 I think you could do that.
come no further.
Hold a moment. It's words I bring, not steel.
Offering terms of surrender then. It's about time.
You misunderstand. It's Al-MUALIM who sends me, not Salah ad-Din.
Assassin! What is the meaning of this? And be quick with it!
You've a traitor in your midst.
And he has hired you to kill me? Come to gloat about it before you strike? I won't be taken so easily!
It's not you I've come to kill. It's him.
Speak then, that I may judge the truth. Who is this traitor?
Robert de Sable.
My lieutenant!
He aims to betray.
That's not the way he tells it. He seeks revenge against your people for the havoc you've wrought in Acre. And I am inclined to support him. Some of my best men were murdered by some of yours.
It was I who killed them, and for good reason. Hear me out. William of Montferrat. He sought to use his soldiers to take Acre by force. Gagné de Naplouse. He would use his skills to indoctrinate and control any who resisted. SIBRAND. He intended to block the ports, preventing your kingdom from providing aid. They betrayed you, and they took their orders from Robert.
You expect me to believe this outlandish tale?
You knew these men, better than I. Are you truly surprised to learn of their ill intentions?
Is this true?
My liege, it is an assassin that stands before us. These creatures are masters of manipulation. Of course it isn't true.
I've no reason to deceive.
Oh, but you do. You're afraid of what will happen to your little fortress. Can it withstand the combined might of the Saracen and the Crusader army?
My concern is for the people of the Holy Land. If I must sacrifice myself for there to be peace, so be it.
This is a strange place we find ourselves in. Each of you accusing the other.
There really is no time for this. I must be off to meet with Saladin and enlist his aid. The longer we delay, the harder this will become.
Hold a moment, Robert.
Why? What do you intend? Surely you do not believe him?
It is a difficult decision, one I cannot make alone. I must leave it in the hands of one wiser than I.
Thank you.
No, Robert, not you.
Then who?
The Lord. Let this be decided by combat. Surely God will side with the one whose cause is righteous.
If this is what you wish.
It is.
So be it. To arms, assassins!
The arrogance of Robert. I think he's wiser than King Richard.
Erbärmlich!
Purifier ton âme. Ton âme brûlera en enfer. Je vais te battre comme un animal.
Bin die Rache Gottes! Du bist der Teufel! Er war ein Diener Gottes! Stell dich deinem göttlichen Urteil, heilig!
Ja, ich stelle mich meinem göttlichen Urteil. German. Face your godly judgment.
The time for games is ended.
Gotcha.
It's done then. Your schemes, like you, are put to rest.
You know nothing of schemes. You're but a puppet. He betrayed you, boy. Just as he betrayed me.
Speak sense, Templar. Or not at all.
9 men he sent you to kill, yes? The 9 who guarded the treasure's secret.
What of it?
It wasn't 9 who found the treasure, assassin. Not 9, but 10.
A 10th? None may live who carry the secret. Give me his name.
Oh, but you know him well. And I doubt very much you'd take his life as willingly as you've taken mine.
Who?
It is your master, MUALIM.
But he is not a Templar.
Did you never wonder how it is he knew so much? Where to find us, how many we numbered, what we aspired to attain?
He is the master of the assassins.
Oui, master of lies. You and I just 2 more pawns in his grand game. And now, with my death, only you remain. Do you think he'll let you live, knowing what you do?
I've no interest in the treasure.
Ah, but he does. The only difference between your master and I is that he did not want to share. Ironic, isn't it? That I, your greatest enemy, kept you safe from harm. But now you've taken my life, and in the process, ended your own.
Well fought, assassin. It seems God favors your cause this day.
God had nothing to do with it. I was the better fighter.
Ah, you may not believe in him, but it seems he believes in you. Before you go, I have a question.
Ask it then.
Why? Why travel all this way? Risk your life 1,000 times, all to kill a single man.
He threatened my brothers and what we stand for.
Ah, vengeance then?
No, not vengeance. Justice, that there might be peace.
This is what you fight for? Peace? Do you see the contradiction?
Some men cannot be reasoned.
Like that madman, Saladin.
I think he'd like to see an end to this war as much as you.
So I've heard, but never seen.
Even if he doesn't say it, it's what the people want. Saracen and Crusader alike.
The people know not what they want. It's why they turn to men like us.
Then it falls to men like you to do what is right.
Nonsense. We come into the world kicking and screaming, violent and unstable. It is what we are. We cannot help ourselves.
No. We are what we choose to be.
Your kind. Always playing with words.
I speak the truth. There's no trick to be found here.
We'll know soon enough. But I fear you cannot have what you desire this day. Even now, that heathen Saladin cuts through my men and I must attend to them. But perhaps, having seen how vulnerable he is, he will reconsider his actions. Yes, in time, what you seek may be possible.
You were no more secure than him. Do not forget that. The men you left behind to rule in your stead did not intend to serve you for longer than they had to.
Yes. I am well aware.
Then I'll take my leave. My master and I have much to discuss. It seems that even he is not without fault.
He is only human, as are we all. You as well.
Safety and peace be upon you.
MUALIM is a 10th Templar? This cannot be. All these years I've looked for him, for strength and guidance. His word always have been truth. But now I'm told it's all been a lie? No. Even in death, Robert seeks to poison my mind. Or does he? I remember the careful way in which a master avoided my questions, changed the subject when I dug too deep. Was it deference he sought to teach me, or blind obedience? Willful ignorance of the truth? There is but one way to answer these questions. I must seek MUALIM. Why don't we look at each other? Is that a weird bug or was it intentional? So that's kind of like player decision actually, because during all the cutscenes you can kind of like move out the year, right? At least, yeah, like those kind of cutscenes. So I could have also like kind of like moved in circles there or kind of like looked around. I just decided not to move out the year at all, to kind of like go for the default position for out the year. But I could have changed his direction he's looking at any time, so I guess as a player you can always adjust and fine-tune however you want to have it. In this case, I just left it be and let the game kind of like do its own camera work and positioning. But that's honestly something I like about AC1, how a lot of the cutscene is kind of like also controlled by the player, right? With like the glitches where you can get like new camera angles and of course like where you want to stand this idea and stuff. Would be cool to bring that back actually. Yeah, it's a very unique feature.
I said get up, goddammit! Listen!
Oh no.
Seems your assassin friends found us. What? How'd you do it, Desmond?
Hey, look, I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever's going on down there has got nothing to do with me.
They're here for you, and I sure as shit didn't invite them. What's the situation down there?
We're taking heavy fire.
Can you contain it? Or do I need to evacuate the prisoner?
Only 5 or 6. We've got them outnumbered. Couple of wounded, but we'll pull through. We'll get it under control.
God damn you, Desmond. You couldn't leave well enough alone.
I told you I had nothing to do with this. How would I even contact them? Telepathy? Come on.
Doesn't matter. They'll be dead soon enough. Here, have a listen.
Threat's been neutralized.
Looks like the cavalry won't be coming.
Dunno, Doc. We're freaking out a minute ago. Your little research facility not as secure as you thought it was? Worried they'll be back with more?
I don't think so, Desmond.
What Lucy here is trying to say is that there aren't any assassins left to come for you. We've been very busy this past year, hunting down your little enclaves, your desert communes and whatnot. I'm afraid you're on your own. Rest up, Mr. Miles. Tomorrow, we finish this.
How about today? But yeah, so the backup that Lucy asked for has been destroyed. Now, with the whole Lucy traitor storyline, you could, I guess, argue that maybe she tried to lure assassins here on purpose to kind of like let them die. But given that the other emails kind of like talk about warning the assassins about what the Templars really are planning, I think it's not likely that was a plan here at all. Here, have a listen, like we did it on purpose. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Desmond.
You mentioned the desert. Do you think...
They sent a team there, but the place was deserted. I don't know where your parents are, and I can't promise they're still alive. But I think they got away.
Thanks. Thanks for checking.
It's not as bad as it seems.
What are you talking about? They just killed, literally killed, my only chance of getting out of here. And then I find out the assassins are all but destroyed, and Christ, I still don't know what these people are planning. But I do know they plan to kill me when they're done. I am screwed, okay? What do you want me to do?
Just try and have a little faith. Have faith. Rest up, Desmond. You're gonna need the energy.
Lucy revealing that she's actually with the assassins by... I mean, she's not missing her finger or anything, she actually just like hit half of her finger to kind of like symbolize it. I had to think the exact same, listener. It's like, desert, deserted? That was on purpose, wasn't it?
Aren't you tired?
The writers thought of themselves funny there, I guess. Right, but yeah, this is the last modern day part now. The last bit of investigation we can do. So gonna have a good look around into the laptops and stuff. Imagine that, yeah. Okay, nothing new here. And now we have the kind of like code for the conference room doors. We can go inside there. Oh yeah. And this is still the kind of like asking for help emails, so nothing new here except for the conference room door. Let's have a look at Vidic's laptop. Yeah, the password we also found out for the computer, so we now have access to the conference room and the computer, essentially. This also we read. That's new. A quick look if there's another email in front of it, but it isn't. Ellen Ricken writes additional subjects. Foreign. If this kit isn't going to get us what we need, it's time to start looking elsewhere. I've CC'd David from our acquisitions department. He may be able to provide you with a couple of additional test subjects, should Desmond be retired. In case you need reminding, we are running out of time. This crap with a fluoride enhancement is going to put us under a lot of scrutiny. We need to launch on the 21st. If we wait any longer, we risk everything being frozen during the investigation. I have a feeling that none of our friends in DC are going to do us any favors on this one. We deal with them come election time. We've cleaned up the mess of the DIA, but I'm hearing there's some jackass beggar Chandler trolling news groups and nutshops websites with his tales of mass murder and corporate cover-ups. Where's he even getting this information from? The reports say the project lead killed everyone down there before our cleanup crews arrived. I still don't understand how they managed to botch that up so badly. Anyway, we're trying to figure out who the hell he is so we can shut him up, but it's proving difficult. I'm beginning to wonder if he doesn't have help. It seems there are still a couple of those assassin bastards running loose. It only takes one, but you already knew that. Makes you wonder if the fluoride leak was internal after all, and if it was, are we dealing with a whistleblower or something worse? I'm about ready to pull the plug on your subject 17, so either get me the results or get another person into that animus. Ellen. It's so cool that Sean Hastings is already mentioned here indirectly, right? Because he was the one doing the fluoride leak, as you find out later in AC2. So he's proving quite difficult for Abstergo to handle. New headline. Mexican president promises better border security. Concerned about record numbers of illegal immigrants entering the country, the president of Mexico today promised to ramp up border security. The number of troops stationed along the border is expected to triple. Opponents are worried about an increase in violence between American refugees and Mexican troops. Fighting between the two groups has left 300 dead and nearly 1,000 wounded over the past 6 months. Whoops. And I backed out there. That's not new. And that's just again the conference room doors, so we have everything to go into the conference room. Oh yeah. Now time for some proper classified information, because this is the one that only the higher ups at Abstergo have access to. Not even Lucy gets to read about it. Alright, and there's only one email, which is analysis. Warren. The others and I have finished reviewing the Animus recordings from subjects 12 to 16. While the Piece of Eden remains our priority, we must all continue working to locate and understand the remaining artifacts. I'm sure you can understand our reasoning behind this. Although the satellite is intended to accomplish a fair portion of the work for us, We certainly need to deal with those who are either immune to or protected from its effects. Please take a moment to look over our findings and get back to me with any feedback you may have. I will summarize below. First, Piece of Eden number 3. We applaud your continued efforts to locate an alternate artifact following the loss of number 2 in the DIA satellite accident. We understand Subject 17 is having trouble interfacing with the Animus, leading to delays. As a result, we estimate another 24 hours before your next critical update. In the meantime, we'll prepare an extraction team and set them to stand by, relying on you to obtain the additional information we require. He knows where the other objects are, even if he doesn't realize it. You must unlock that final memory, or all of this will have been for nothing. So talking about having lost the Apple of Eden, number 2, in the Denver accident, so that was destroyed apparently. And that's why we need the other Apple of Eden that Altair had, or MUALIM had, I guess, very badly, because they need it for the satellite launch. Put the Apple of Eden into the sky and then control the humanity through the satellite, essentially. Second, Philadelphia Project. Data provided from Enemy Subject 12 indicates that the ship briefly manifested in a future state for approximately 18 minutes. It is unclear whether the timeline is consistent with or parallel to our own. Although we have recovered enough data to reconstruct and repair the original artifact used in the experiment, the administration has refused to move forward on the project, citing paradox concerns. Corporate policy remains in place. Any objects found to interfere with or manipulate time must be contained. Artifact will be moved to secure storage. So here they have been using a technology to essentially look into the future. And it supposedly is the same technology that the ISO used to see into the future to predict which timeline we need to have to kind of like make sure that the Earth doesn't get fully destroyed. Which is how also they got to find out about people like Ezio, Connor, and Desmond in the future. Only at this stage with Abstergo we can only see like 18 minutes into the future. But I feel like that's still an idea I really hope that Ubisoft will work on eventually, you know, because that would be the perfect opportunity to have like a choice system, right? It makes a lot more sense to have a choice system in the future than in the past, because the past has already happened. You know, it's not like changeable. Even if you can kind of like manipulate the enemies to kind of like show you what could have happened in the past, it doesn't really matter that much, because it's done, you know, it's finished. The future, if I would kind of like tell you, okay, if I do this, then that will happen. And it gives you some kind of like agency about, you know, what could happen. And I feel like that would be a good game to go for. Like, have either the historic or the modern day character interact with a piece of Eden that allows them to see into the future. And then kind of like play those future sequences and try to mimic what you have seen or learn from what you have seen. I think it would be a cool like way of going about it. Third, the Tunguska incident. Now believed to be the direct result of assault by assassins, research station destroyed as was artifact. Alternate wave generation devices have been located in storage, but we have insufficient data at the moment to initiate research. The risk of accident is too high. Lineage Discovery and Acquisition Division should attempt to locate descendants of any attack survivors, either Assassin or Brotherhood, in order to continue research. Resurrecting this particular type of technology will aid us greatly with any holdouts following the satellite's activation. We're putting together a team to push research in this area. So the Tunguska incident, I guess, is kind of like this explosion, which I guess supposedly happened because of a comet hitting the Earth. And then it destroyed like the whole forest area around. But apparently that was another like thing they tried to explain with the Assassins and Templars here. Fourth, the Grail. We are removing the Grail from our list of objectives. There is insufficient evidence to confirm its existence. Current examination of Subject 17 indicates that aside from the Piece of Eden, all other artifacts related to Christ figure are literary devices, or derived from Piece of Eden, and not actual objects. Even if the object is real, its use to us at this stage is negligible. Our resources are better used elsewhere. So kind of like denying that the Grow has like any importance as like a piece of Eden. Which is kind of like ironic and funny because a lot of the Crusaders and like Christian knights also went to the Holy Land in search for like important artifacts like the Holy Grail, you know. Bit of a meme, I guess, how many people have looked for it. And then it's not even important apparently, or it doesn't even exist. 5. Mitchell Hedges communicators. Analysis of the object is complete. The good news is that they work. As a result, we now have a safe and secure communication channel for use after the launch. However, they are severely limited in number, and so we will be providing them only to our most essential facilities. You will obviously retain possession of the one you have. Warren, I cannot stress how important it is that you wrap things up with Subject 17 as soon as possible. We're obviously relieved that you seem to be closing in on the target memory, but you need to step it up. Everything we're working towards depends on your retrieving those locations. Without them, we've got nothing. May the Father of Understanding guide you to success. Ellen Rickon. There we are. Probably the most important modern day document in this game, and kind of like revealing what's really possible, right, for like future games, what other kind of technologies are out there. The Apple of Eden definitely not being the only one, and also the fact that there's like multiple. Like at this point we know that there have been at least 3 different Apple of Eden, and safe to say there are many more. And yeah, it's not always the same Apple of Eden either we see across the games, right? We see actually different iterations of it. They're really opening the way for future games and storylines here. But yeah, that's all the modern day we have. Now it's time to go back to bed one last time, and then we can finish this. So kind of cool. But just now you could see that Desmond has actually developed his eagle vision, and he's seeing these symbols that the previous subject has left behind for him. But more on that later.
Even earlier than usual, Doc.
I'd like to get this over with as quickly as possible.
If you say so.
Don't be so glum, Mr. Miles. Today is a historic day. One that will be remembered for years to come. Remembered by some of us, anyway.
Some of us. Well, Desmond is gonna remember that longer than you, at least, Vidic. Even if not for long.
Remember to reach out for ledges should you fall.
What happened here? Where is everyone?
Gone to see the Master.
Was it the Templars? Did they attack again?
They walk the path.
What path? What are you talking about?
Towards the light.
Speak sense.
There is only what the Master shows us. This is the truth.
You've lost your mind.
You too will walk the path, or you will perish. So the Master commands.
It was MUALIM, wasn't it? What's he done to you?
Praise be to the Master, for he has led us to the light.
I really like how they use the crooked camera angle there, which is often used to kind of like symbolize that something is wrong, you know. It's like as kind of like yeah, crooked as that, I guess. You can also tell that the color correction also changed, like the color filter they used to showcase the corruption that has befallen Masyaf and its people.
He is the light. He is the way.
Oh, MUALIM. What have you done?
The world will be cleansed. We will begin anew.
Crazy bastard.
The world will be cleansed. We will begin anew.
Only speak, Master, and show us the path.
Yeah, I wish I could avoid killing them, but unfortunately I can't. I have to defend myself.
As the Master's command, hold the light! Kill the traitor! For the Master!
He does not walk the path. Destroy him!
Stay on him! Don't let him escape! I will catch you!
Altair! Up here!
Ava Maxi, welcome in. It's going good, thank you, dude. Yeah, we're just about to finish AC1 actually. Final mission here, facing MUALIM. How are you doing, dude? How are you today?
You picked a fine time to arrive.
So it seems.
Guard yourself well, friend. MUALIM has betrayed us.
Yes. Betrayed his Templar allies as well.
How do you know?
After we spoke, I returned to the ruins beneath Solomon's temple. Robert had kept a journal, filled its pages with revelations. What I read there broke my heart. But it also opened my eyes. You were right, Altair. All along our master has used us. We were not meant to save the Holy Land, but deliver it to him. He must be stopped.
Be careful, Malik. What he's done to the others, he'll do to us given the chance. You must stay far from him.
What would you propose? My blade arm is still strong and my men remain my own. It would be a mistake not to use us.
Distract these thralls then. Assault the fortress from behind. If you can draw their attention away from me, I might reach MUALIM.
I will do as you ask, Dai.
The men we face, their minds are not their own. If you can avoid killing them.
Yes. Though he has betrayed the tenets of the Creed, it does not mean we must as well. I'll do what I can.
It's all I ask. Safety and peace, my friend.
Your presence here will deliver us both.
Oh well, quite a difference to how it started with Malik, I guess. Because the first time we go to Jerusalem, he's like, the presence deprives us of both. That's kind of showing how much the relationship has grown, right? How it did like a complete 180 essentially. Okay, thanks. Just had some lunch. Nice, Maxi. What did you have for lunch today? Hope you enjoyed it. Didn't have any lunch today, but I'm gonna have some nice dinner later. Gonna make some Cuban rice with sweet and spicy salsa. Get egg bacon sandwich with Doritos. I mean, that sounds nice. Oh yeah. Classic egg and bacon combo. I love it. Quite similar to my breakfast because I had toast with eggs. Didn't have bacon though. Just some cream cheese.
There are so many innocents. I must be careful not to harm them.
Out of my way. Ah, nice, Maxi. It's nice to have like something you can just get quickly, you know, without having worry too much about how to prepare it or prepare it at all. And I love the vibe here during this mission. It's very dark and sinister. That's perfectly suiting the corruption of the apple.
No! What's happening?
So, the student returns.
I've never been one to run.
Never been one to listen either.
I still live because of it.
What will I do with you?
Let me go.
Oh, Altair. I hear the hatred in your voice. Feel its heat. Let you go? Well, that would be unwise.
Why are you doing this?
I found proof.
Proof of what?
That nothing is true. And everything is permitted. Come. Destroy the betrayer. Send him from this world.
Facing the targets we killed again. 9. Bring him down. Got me down as well. Wer weiß für das? Abune Kutsch. Tamir as well. All of them would die.
Face me! Or are you afraid?
I have stood before 1,000 men, all of them superior to you, and all of them dead, by my hand. I am not afraid.
Prove it.
What could I possibly fear? Look at the power I command.
I will have to find the right one. Stop grabbing me. Gotcha.
Have you any final words?
You lied to me. Called Robert's goal foul, and all along it was yours as well.
I've never been much good at sharing.
You won't succeed. Others will find the strength to stand against you.
And this is why, so long as men maintain free will, there can be no peace.
I killed the last man who spoke as such.
Bold words, boy.
just words.
Then let me go. I'll put words into action. Tell me, Master, why did you not make me like the other assassins? Why allow me to retain my mind?
Who you are and what you do are twined too tight together. To rob you of one would have deprived me of the other. And those Templars had to die. But the truth is, I did try. In my study, when I showed you the treasure. But you are not like the others. You saw through the illusion.
Illusion?
That's all it's ever done. This Templar treasure, this piece of Eden, this word of God. Do you understand now? The Red Sea was never parted. Water never turned to wine. It was not the machinations of Iris that spawned the Trojan War, but this! Illusions! All of them!
What you plan is no less an illusion. To force men to follow you against their will.
Is it any less real than the phantoms the Saracens and Crusaders follow now? Those craven gods who retreat from this world that men might slaughter one another in their names? They live amongst an illusion already. I'm simply giving them another. One that demands less blood.
At least they choose these phantoms.
Or do they? Aside from the occasional convert or heretic?
It isn't right.
Ah, and now logic has left you. In its place, you embrace emotion. I am disappointed.
What's to be done then?
You will not follow me, and I cannot compel you.
And you refuse to give up this evil scheme.
It seems then we are at an impasse.
No, we are at an end.
I will miss you, Altair. You were my very best student. Blind, Altair. Blind is all you've ever been. All you'll ever be.
Fuck? Didn't realize I lost all my health bars there.
When moving slowly.
Just one-hitted me. Amazing.
Blind, Altair. Blind is all you've ever been. All you'll ever be.
I'm basically losing all my health here. Usually I kill him before that point. I mean, I can't really become anonymous here, that's the thing.
Requiescat in pace.
My blade sees for me, MUALIM. It cuts through the darkness.
Okay, let's do this.
Impossible. The student does not defeat the teacher.
الشيء واقع مطلق بل كل ممكن.
Nothing is true, everything is permitted.
So it seems. You have won then. Go and claim your prize.
You held fire in your hand, old man. It should have been destroyed.
Destroy the only thing capable of ending the Crusades and creating true peace? Never.
Then I will.
We'll see about that. I applied my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also was a chasing after wind, for in much wisdom is much grief. And he that increaseth knowledge, increaseth sorrow. Destroy it! Destroy it, as you said you would!
I can't.
Yes, you can, Altair. But you won't.
And goosebumps every time. fact that Altair was so convinced of like destroying this. And as soon as he sees what's inside, he can't.
What the hell was that?
Well? We've got the map.
How many?
At least half a dozen.
We don't need them all.
We should assume some amount of decay. I can't imagine they'll all still be functioning. At least 2 appear to reside on land masses that no longer exist.
We'll dispatch teams to each site and determine viability. We only need 1, after all.
What about the rest?
Collect them. Let's not leave anything to chance. Last thing we need is some damn survivor making trouble for us in the new world.
And the assassin?
We have what we need. Kill him.
Wait. You know how these things work. I doubt we'll be able to walk right in.
What's your point?
We might need him. His memories. I'd recommend we hold him until we have confirmation that there aren't any surprises waiting for us at the sites.
This is a waste of time.
You said it yourself. We shouldn't leave anything to chance.
Very well. Ensure we have no further need of him, then kill him.
Fine. Stop undermining my authority!
I just saved your ass.
Let's go. We've got a lot of work to do. Don't get too comfortable, Mr. Miles. We'll be back for you soon enough.
What the hell is that?
There we go. Successfully synchronized with Altair. Now we even adapted the ability of Eagle Vision. Now we can see all these kind of symbols at the ground, which all hold a certain meaning. But I'm gonna talk about that here in a sec. For now, let me catch up on chat here. Maxi was only £4 of a drink versus spending 12 for chicken katsu curry with rice. I mean, that's definitely less expensive. And still sounds delicious, so I hope you enjoy it. Gotta say, though, the katsu curry also sounds amazing. Just then they ran around like crazy here. I don't blame you, with like all the enemies and then also like losing all your health. Yeah, so it's kind of funny, like usually I kill MUALIM before he disappears and ports away. So I didn't actually remember that I lose all my health there. I guess it also didn't help that I don't have my health bar displayed, so I couldn't see it either. But the game was glitching, I guess, so that was the indicator there. But yeah, don't blame me for running around like crazy. Yeah, Maxi, yeah, the Hidden Blade counter is like the most powerful in this game. Because you can literally one-hit assassinate anyone with it. And yeah, that makes it like quite powerful, but at the same time you need to have like a very good timing. Because the window for pulling that off is like not quite as generous as it is for the short blade of a sword. So I gotta have some high precision. What about 9 more bosses? Right. You can always have 9 more, apparently. Hey there, Artie Blinky, welcome in. And thank you for joining. It makes so much sense here, though. Yeah. I mean, MUALIM definitely has a point. Pardon me. With what he talks about the Crusades and the Saracens, you know, and how either side, like both the Christians and the Muslims, also try to believe something that is maybe a bit of an illusion and try to further the gods with him. You know, in that way, he might not be that different. But the thing, I guess, is that MUALIM has been preaching to us, of course, about how that is the wrong way of doing it, right? He's just trying to kind of like justify something bad with another bad thing. And I guess that doesn't really work with me, or Altair, I guess. Because it makes him quite the hypocrite. But that doesn't mean, of course, that he isn't saying truths. He certainly is. In his observations about the whole Crusade and the Crusade War. Damn indeed. Guess a master surpassed the student that time. One more time at least. One more time. Thank you for the GG's 19 and Lucinda. And Harbinger, thank you for the success sound. If you look close, you can see all the other AC games. Yeah, it's really cool how they kind of like highlight all the different kind of like potential ISU votes and you know, pieces of Ethernet stuff on the map. Another thing that really opened the way for like future games to like be set everywhere and anywhere on the Earth, really. Because there was a lot, sure. I still would love to see a game set in Australia, actually. That'd be cool. In general, I would like to go like further east. But with Codename Red, I guess we're at least gonna have one in Japan, which is gonna be nice. But yeah, wouldn't mind going to Australia too. But yeah, now there's nothing more to do than going back to our room and having one last look at everything. I wanna kind of like have a look here at some of the symbols at least. I don't know the meaning of like everything here, but some of them is kind of obvious, like the pyramid. We talked about this last time. There's of course the symbolism of like a very steep hierarchy where the few rule over the many. And the apple on top is kind of like symbolic, of course, for the Apple of Eden being, you know, kind of like the device they wanna enforce that rule with, essentially. Another pyramid with the eye. That's also on the dollar sign, isn't it? Somewhere. These AC games have been all continents in the world except Australia. I think so. Yeah, I think except for them. No assassins there. Yeah. It's Batman. Except Rod. He's enough for the entire Australia. There's actually been a comic, quite an important one, which also took place in Australia apparently. But that of course doesn't really count. They have to get like a game there. Of course, I definitely ain't reading all the comics. You see what the Ubisoft did there? They also did all Far Cry's in all continents except Europe. Yeah. Yeah. I still have to play more Far Cry's. I've only played Primal so far.
Oh my god. It looks like... Is that blood? What the hell were they keeping here before me? And what happened to him? What does it mean, I wonder?
Find out in the next game. There we go. That is the end of AC1. So leaving us high and dry here with lots of clues. Not really much to work with, at least if you haven't played the other games, of course. Which also meant that lots and lots of people were kind of like crafting theories on what these symbols could mean, you know, who could have been here before. And we of course know that Clay Kasmeric was another ancestor of Ezio Auditore, and that Abstergo tried to work with him and on him to get to those memories. Very sad, Lucinda, thank you for being here and for joining. I hope you have a good start to your stream as well if you're streaming today. And for those of you who haven't checked out Lucinda's channel, I definitely recommend checking it out. He's currently playing through some horror games, including the Resident Evil series, currently on Resident Evil Village. And she's also gonna come back to Assassin's Creed in November. She's gonna be starting Assassin's Creed Origins for first time. She's actually been starting the series in like March or so and has been working her way through that up until September pretty much. And yeah, she's gonna resume that in November with the RPG games and gonna make a start on that. So if you wanna check that out, there's a link in chat. Love this theme song. Yeah, Access the Animus. I love this one too. Also really long. It's like 7 minutes, I think, of a music track. I like how many dynamics are in there, you know. Yeah, no, very sad listener. Thank you for, you know, staying with us until the end. And I will catch you next time, for sure. So, with this done, I technically have a bit of time still for AC2. However, what I'm probably gonna be doing is I will end the stream. I will take a longer break to set everything up and give a break for myself too. And then I will be coming back with the short movie Lineage, because that's something I always like to watch before we get started with AC2, just for more context, I guess. And then I guess I could go for like another 2 hours or so of AC2 with a no HUD challenge. So I think I'm gonna do that actually, and still make a start on it, even though it's not gonna be like a super long session. Play a bit through the introduction and yeah, getting to know Ezio's family again and the way he grew up. But yeah, this was fun. So we ended up with yeah, not looking at the map even once during the entire playthrough, which is decent, I guess, but you know, the game doesn't really enforce it whatsoever. Now that's gonna change with AC2, because AC2 has lots of like specific checkpoints which aren't always visible to you and which can be a bit tricky to find. So I will have to use some of those map views I've stacked up across the playthrough in AC2. But it's a good thing, you know, that I hadn't had to look at the map once in this playthrough, because that means I can utilize that later for other games. That's like much more needed. A game where the credits aren't like half an hour or longer. But yeah, so that's the plan. I'm gonna go and quit the game here. That's the playthrough done. And that means we're gonna see AC1 in like another year or so again. Because currently there's no plans on playing this game again until I've played through the series from start to finish. But yeah, this was also probably one of the fastest playthroughs I've ever done on AC1. I guess I've gotten so accustomed to the no HUD on this game that I kinda like don't really struggle with it quite as much anymore, and like trying to find stuff. And honestly, it's faster than playing through the game like regularly, because usually you would like synchronize all the viewpoints, you know, and then like try to look on the map to find investigations. If you just kind of like run into the city and the district you know you have to go to, then you're gonna find investigations automatically, so kind of like saving time there, you know. So, yeah, we've been getting through this game really fast actually. Crossbow that has been taken out, or historical accuracy. I'm gonna look one last time at this trailer here. amazing trailer. Never gets old. But yeah guys, so this is gonna be where we end this stream. But we're not yet done for today. I'm gonna be back in like half an hour or so with AC2 and Assassin's Creed Lineage. And yeah, then we're gonna make a start on Ezio's journey, which I'm quite looking forward to. But that also means I won't be raiding anybody. We're just gonna end the stream here, and then I will be back in just a few. Thanks again everyone for watching this stream. And yeah, maybe catch you later for some Ezio and AC2. Until then.